Hey guys, Eric Sargent, General Manager at Ed Martin Toyota in Noblesville, Indiana, and today we're going to show off a fully built 2020 200 Series Land Cruiser built by Slee Off-Road. Let's get started. So outside of the build, one thing that's going to make this a particularly special vehicle is the color of it. It is ONYX Blue. This color was available from 2016 through 2020 on the 200 Series Land Cruiser. 2020, they only made it for half a year. They stopped production of ONYX Blue in February. So ONYX Blue being only 5% of the build and then having a short run on it, there's probably only 100 or so of these out there, period. This particular one we are offering for sale with 36,000 miles on it. This is being sold on consignment, and the title of this video will say for sale if it's available for sale. And once we sell it, we will change the title to sold, so the video stays up for inspiration for other people that are building 200 Series Land Cruisers. Again, 2020, it is a 36,000 mile vehicle. It's from California, so there is zero rust on this vehicle whatsoever. It was built by Slee Off-Road in Colorado. So we'll highlight a lot of Slee Off-Road parts on it, bumpers, and so on and so forth, other accessories, but it was done at their shop. So we'll kind of start in the front. We have a Slee front bumper. This is the hybrid front bumper, so it's aluminum and steel both. We have some added lights to it. We got a Baja S8 light bar. This is a 20-inch. We also have a 30-inch Rigid Industries light bar that's mounted right above it. That's inside the actual factory Toyota OEM grille. You'll notice on this bumper, we do have our hardwired winch access right here, but we also have a wireless controller. It's a come up 12,000 pound winch with synthetic rope with the wireless controller, and it is kind of finished off right here with a factor 55 flat link. Overall, this bumper is in really good condition. I do believe this vehicle has had some off-road use because there are a couple little nicks in the front bumper, but nothing that really broke the powder coat too much, and definitely nothing that is expressing any kind of dent, impact, or any kind of rust or anything of that nature. Also on the front bumper, we also have the Baja S2 Sport fog lights. And while we're talking about Baja S2 Sport lights, we have a couple other ones around the vehicle as well. On the roof rack, we have the diffused version of it up here, kind of angling downward from the front runner roof rack as a scene light. We also have this exact same scene light on the other side as well. And then in the back, you'll notice that there are two additional S2 scene lights that are diffused right back here that are wired into your reverse circuit. So when the car's in reverse, you can turn those on, or you can manually override those into an on position from the Switch Pro, which is located to the left of the steering column. And one additional thing that we have on this front runner Slimline 2 roof rack is a Baja S8 40-inch light bar as well. Moving back to the front of the vehicle, notice the suspension on the vehicle. It is lifted at 3 inches. The suspension is the BP51s with SPC upper control arms. Wheels, we're using a 17-inch Icon wheel with a BFG KO2 tire. The tire size is a 285/75/17. And then on the side of the vehicle, we have additional Slee Off-Road rock sliders, as well as the Slee Off-Road full skid plate underneath of it as well. Kind of moving to the back, you'll notice again the Slee Off-Road rear bumper. This is a dual carrier rear bumper. This one has the shocks that do not have the locking mechanism in it, so that you can't accidentally close it too hard, or somebody who doesn't know the vehicle close it too hard. So just kind of pull on it. The weight of it will keep it in position. But it is a one-handed operation, meaning that you can lock it and unlock it with one hand. Got this additional lever right here that you access with your pinky to set it and give it a push. So we'll go ahead and open this up, pull on the T-handle. And again, fully one-handed operation. Both sides have the T-handle to pull up on. You'll notice that the rear camera has been relocated from right here underneath the Toyota sombrero to right here on the ladder, so that you have the same visibility as you would if the vehicle had no additional rear bumper on it whatsoever. You do have a couple reverse lights right here in the rear, and I'll point out that this rear bumper utilizes the factory parking sensors, all 4 of them, from the 2 sides to the 2 that are in the back and the middle as well. Also have a factor 55 hitch link right here, and underneath of this rear bumper there is a long-range auxiliary fuel tank. This is a 2020, so it does have a power tailgate. However, that is currently turned off. If the next owner wants to turn that back on, there is a push button right next to the steering wheel to re-engage that. It's best practice with a rear bumper to turn that feature off so you don't accidentally do it from your key fob. And then the rear tailgate opens on one of these bumper carriers. So that is turned off. Again, that's easily turned back on. All right, and now that we're in the rear of the vehicle, hatch opened up. You notice that we do have 2 additional National Luna lights right back here. These are multi-brightness lights, so they do have 3 modes, soft, medium, and high. We have an ARB drawer system with lock and key. This particular drawer system on the passenger side does have an actual slider drawer. So if you wanted to put a fridge on this side, you could. If you wanted the fridge to be on this side, you could swap these 2 boxes around, but this one is located here. Included with this vehicle is everything that you see. So we have a tire repair kit, remote control, wireless remote control for the come up winch, as well as the come up hook, a four-wheel drive owner's Bible, and safety recovery gear. We have, this is a Factor 55 kit. It's going to come with all the essential recovery equipment. And then also we have your air compressor, tire repair, and winch cable all in another nice canvas Factor 55 bag. And we also have additional recovery gear here for winching. Also, this is a wrench to adjust the rebound and compression on the BP51 suspension. And we have a set of Max Trax MK2 recovery traction boards that are also included with this vehicle, located right here in black. We also have a high lift, and then we have the factory carpeted cargo mat, as well as the factory OEM carpeted floor mats. It comes with the rubber ones as well, but if you prefer carpet, you have that. And then you'll notice back here, we have an additional cargo barrier. So if you wanted to use this to kind of keep your gear separate from flying around if you're on a trip, or maybe even have a dog back here, you could absolutely leave that. And if you didn't want it, it just unbolts with the grab handles from the 3rd row passenger seats. This vehicle does not have the 3rd row seats that would have been included with the vehicle when it was new. So one additional thing that we have back here that I want to kind of highlight is we have a Fort Knox made in the USA firearm safe located right here behind this panel. And then also on the other side, we have your additional auxiliary connections, auxiliary power for your dual battery setup. We have a voltage meter here. We also have a couple additional USB-A ports and an additional 12-volt port right here. If you need to add any additional accessories, there is a fuse box located right there, Blue Seas fuse box, with additional 12-volt and USB ports on both sides that are located in the cup holders for the 3rd row passengers. Let's go ahead and shut this. Also, you'll notice that we do have the mount accessory for the high lift. So if somebody wanted to keep that mounted to the vehicle, we have the availability to do that here. And the Max Trax can be stored right back here behind the tire, so they're nice and out of the way from the vehicle, and they can get dirty. We'll go ahead and shut the rear up. And of course we have a matching spare tire in the rear with an Icon wheel. On the roof, we have a front runner roof rack. This particular roof rack is the Slimline 2 version, and it does have some additional accessory gears on top. If you wanted to use this, I believe it has 2 bicycle attachments, 2 different styles on the front, and we'll overlay some B-roll on that as well. All right, so now that we are in the 2nd row passenger area, we can kind of take a good look at the leather seats. It does not look like they've been used much at all. I wouldn't say they are in like new condition, but I would consider them in excellent condition. Don't see any rips, tears, scratches, burn marks, or anything like that. Definitely no odors in this vehicle either. Overall, I consider it to be in excellent condition. Also, behind the seats here, we do have access to the installation of the drawer setup and this cargo barrier if it needs to be removed. It really is just going to be about 8 bolts or so total to have this removed if you didn't want it. These things actually come in really handy though when you're traveling, because you can take your gearboxes and you can just bungee everything together, and then it's nice. It's going to stay nice and tight. Also in the 2nd row here, we do have additional USB ports that are wired to your auxiliary battery setup. And of course you have your factory 12 volt, 120 watt cigarette lighter power outlet down here, and then another USB port here as well. One thing that is located behind the seat on the passenger side is an actual accessory jump pack. So just a lithium ion jump starter if you ever need to jump start the vehicle. That's also going to be included with this vehicle. All right, so moving on to the front seats. From the driver's seat, you'll notice that we do have these additional 3D printed cup holders. One thing that the Land Cruiser 200 series is known for is really crappy factory cup holders. So this one does give you the ability to store normal size cups, as well as 2 additional either pens or small flashlights in these 2 areas right here. Down here on the floorboard, we do have an H3R 2.5 pound fire extinguisher. This is a HalGuard fire extinguisher, so this is something that would be safe to actually use on the engine or any electrical devices. Being mounted to the seat, it will slide with the seat, which is nice, so you have optimal leg room. This isn't going to get in somebody's way. To remove it, you just pull up on this red lever located right here, pull up, and then you can kind of pull out, and you can notice that it connects to a little rod, and then the pin will fall into that little circle. So to put it back, it's kind of the same method. Just get it set in that pin, push on that lever, and it's nice and secure, so it's not going to go anywhere. Sitting in the driver's seat, we really don't have too much in terms of modifications. On the left side of the steering wheel, we do have our Switch Pro 9100, which is going to have your light bar for the front light bar, the grille light bar, the rear scene lights, the rear lights, the scene lights, the air compressor, as well as your 2 scene lights left and right, and your Baja fog lights that are in the front. Of course, being a 2020, you're going to have the cool box located in the center console, and nothing has been modified on this overhead center console. All right, now that we have the hood popped, a couple additional accessories that we have here. Of course, the staple of any off-road vehicle is an onboard air system. This is the ARB Twin Air Compressor. We have access to our quick fit connection right here on the manifold. It's installed with the Slee Off-Road air compressor bracket. And then we have our crank battery, Group 31 lead acid crank battery, which is located in the normal OEM location, and it is secured with the Slee Off-Road battery mount. And then we have an additional auxiliary battery located here on the passenger side of the vehicle. They are isolated with a RedArc BCDC 1250D charging system. This is going to give you the ability to charge the device through alternator or solar, but also it'll isolate the 2 batteries, so you're not going to draw any power from your main battery on your auxiliary battery. So the auxiliary battery is used for your accessories, of course. Again, this is mounted with Slee auxiliary battery tray mount, and as you can also see on both batteries, is we do have these upgraded military billet aluminum battery terminal kits. So if you're looking for a pre-owned 200 series that's in fantastic condition with all the gear that you need from the beginning, this may be a good candidate for you. Lots of cool accessories included. It was built right with the right parts by the right people, and it's got low miles and a super unique color. So if you're interested in this vehicle, again, if the video subject says for sale, this vehicle is for sale, and we'll link in the video description a link to the vehicle description page on our website. And if it's marked sold, then hopefully you found something on here that you can use for inspiration on building your 200 series Land Cruiser. Again, thanks for watching the video. Please hit like and subscribe, and if you have any questions at all, just ask in the comments below and we'll get right back to you.